I just saw Rings in the cinema and it was pretty bad. Directed by Javier Gutierrez, Rings is the second feature-length movie he's directed, and let's just say this movie does not give me a lot of faith in the Crows remake he's a part of. Rings is technically the 5th movie in the Rings franchise, the first being Ringu, which had an American remake and also a sequel to that remake. Rings is one of those classic movies that just wouldn't make sense to anyone born after the 90s due to the premise of the movie. A murderous VHS tape that kills you after 7 days is about as threatening to kids nowadays as a murderous Venga Boy CD. So Javier had to reinvent the concept the whole franchise was based on, and how did he do that you ask? A viral video that kills you in 7 days. I wish I was kidding.
There's this video.
The movie is hoping that you've never seen the first movies because it kinda just pretends that it never happened, and it completely retcons the second movie and removes the subtlety and tone of the original. Right out the gate the tone is ruined with this completely ridiculous aeroplane sequence, which has no place in the Rings franchise or even in this movie because nothing comes from the scene. You can remove this scene entirely and not even notice. Remember the intro to the first movie and how creepy and slow building it was? You didn't even get to see Samara, you only saw the aftermath of what she did. Well, Rings is so eager to show you Samara, she crawls out of a cockpit and takes down a fucking plane in the first 5 minutes. No build up, no suspense, no nothing. It's some years after the plane crash and some college professors found the tape and started a Samara cult around it, wanting to use it as a proof as life after death. So he gets his students to watch the tape, and has a big "you're gonna die" countdown, slowly counting down to the 7th day, where they copy the movie and make someone else watch it. Which makes me think this guy has no real qualifications that should make him a professor at any sort of educational establishment. Shouldn't you personally going through that event be proof enough? What does making teenagers do the same thing prove exactly? And it's never really explained how he figured out the whole make a copy and make someone else watch it part, but I guess we're not supposed to notice that major plot hole. The movie from here on out becomes a really dull wild goose chase trying to find and discover this truth behind Samara and how to stop her, while being littered with non-stop jump scares. I counted in the space of about 2 minutes there was 5 separate jump scares at one point. Oh, and the movie ends on a cliffhanger. The fact that the director thinks this movie's going to get a sequel is really cute. I saw this movie on opening weekend and there was around 7 people in the theatre other than me. Maybe that had something to do with the really awful poster this movie has. First you watch it, then you die. That's just awful. I'm sorry, that's just bad. I don't even know where to begin with my issues with this movie. Julia's been chosen for some reason by Samara, and Leonard from Big Bang Theory goes on this bullshit spiel on how a copy of Holt's tape has gotten bigger than the original and can't be copied, and that within the static images of the tape lay encrypted video files only for Julia's eyes only. And this is around about the point in the movie where I lost all faith in it. Don't just cough up some bullshit excuse like Samara's been encrypting hidden video files within static images of the original video to move your dull plot along. This is the part of the movie where I kinda hope you haven't seen The Ring 2, because the movie now becomes a mystery movie about a girl who went missing 30 years ago called Evelyn. If you've seen The Ring 2, which I assume you have because you're currently watching Ring 3, you know that Evelyn is Samara's mother. After giving birth to Samara, Evelyn tried to kill her and got herself locked up in an insane asylum. Well, that never actually happened. It turns out Evelyn was kidnapped by a rapey priest who kept her locked up where she gave birth, because fuck movie continuity. See, I'm not sure if the actress playing Julia was intentionally being awful because she hated the script, or was just that bad of an actress. Her line delivery is just awful. At one point she screams, "She was your daughter," and I honestly wanted to burst out laughing in the cinema. Everything about this movie is just wrong. The Ring 1 was a great movie and you only really saw Samara once at the ending and it was really creepy. But in this movie she's popping in everywhere and her powers have been given quite a boost since the last movie. She can now teleport people, talk to them in their dreams, and even has the ability to do her crawl out of a TV trick through a smartphone screen, which was really funny, and this was during the climax of the movie, but Jesus Christ it was funny. Well, my verdict for The Rings is that you just shouldn't watch it. It's a waste of time and your money. Just don't.